Whoa. Whoa. It's the illusion. Reporting from somewhere on spaceship Earth. Yeah. Let's let me clean up my desk here for a split second. Get uncluttered, dude. Unfettered for what's next. I don't know, dude. I might have missed the window between being like fired up and now I might be annoyed. I don't know. Hard to say, man. It's like trying to capture lightning in the bottle doing these streams, dude. Lightning in a bottle, dude. So what's going on, dude? We got Queen of the Studios, Mike T, Segamufanuno, Glenn Davis, Ryan, Alderman, Flow Seeker, Dan Z, Christopher, Grateful Ed. And Keaton, Hans, Catch Up 365. Don't forget there is a membership if you want to join the channel, because you got to do what YouTube's not doing and line my pockets with interest-bearing currency, dude, because the economy's taking a dive and we're all gonna die. We got 1,000x my pockets, and make sure I survive so I can be a spokesman to your dreams, dude. To your dreams, man. What's going on, Brian Pipe? So yeah, feel free. What's going on, Janelle Corn? It's funny. I just had your grip tape skate pieces the other day. And here's the Illusions pockets. Yeah, dude. Join, become a member, dude. Don't call it a comeback. We've been here for years. Yeah, you might as well give me your crypto while the market's way down, dude. It's not like give me the dip. Give me the dip, yo. Give me the dip, man. But all seriousness aside, this is a crowd-funded reality, and you are my crowd, dude. Funding Owl's Muffins, dude. That's right, dude. Actually, dude, a local girl came over, bought a couple dozen eggs, and got a bunch of zucchini and eggplant, and gave us back a dozen zucchini muffins that were so good, made without sugar. The whole thing, dude. Fantastic. They're gone already, dude. Good day, dude. Good day. And so yeah, we're here. We're gonna go. I think I kind of got a broad spectrum video title because I'm feeling like I want to get in on the I have serious feelings about Tim Pool's involvement with skateboarding. And for those of you who don't care, it doesn't matter. I'm just backing the gifted hater, dude. As you know, on this channel, I don't promote a whole lot of other channels, but I have my ones that are like, look. What's going on, Leland?
Who are you talking to?
I'm live streaming right now, but stay on that side of the camera, dude. Your parents wouldn't be stoked if you were on the camera, dude. But what's up? This one here. What's going on, buddy? Good. So I'm doing my thing, right? I'm kind of but I'm kind of working right now. So why don't you go? You got all your toys and stuff in the living room, okay, bud? Here, you gotta stay off the camera, bud. Okay. Okay. Do you have everything you need?
Is this your Lego?
Yes. That's Grogu, Baby Yoda. You have enough cars and stuff? Are you all wet though? Because you got to make sure you're all dried off. Okay. All right, bud. All right. Have fun. Carry on. I'll be done in a little bit. Brian Pipes, dude. Welcome, Battery. Welcome, Battery, dude. The Battery's alive in the 805, dude. Brian Pipes, dude. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. There's Gunler in the house. Yes. Yes,
This
Leland.
thing can talk.
Is that a talking frog?
Yeah.
I like that you knock. Tell Owl about knocking. That's a cool sounding frog. It's like the toad we had the other night. Yes, Leland. We're doing Owl's got some friends over and we're watching our firefighter friends' children today. You know, we're mopping up the fires up in the mountains, dude. I think it's like 80% contained. They lost like 250 houses or something. Fair amount of houses. The number. I think 70 of them were just structures. Solid like 100 and some houses.
He said no.
No what?
He said no, I'm not knocking. Like.
You're knocking. No.
Yeah.
What's he doing? What's Owl doing?
You know what he's doing?
I don't. Sitting in.
Playing in the pool.
Oh, okay. Okay. You knock though. I like that, Leland. That's why I was saying teach Owl to knock. Some good kids, man.
He said no, he doesn't have to.
Oh, well, that's what I'm saying, Leland. He's supposed to. That's the point. I appreciate the fact you are knocking. I'm giving you compliments. High marks. Okay. He's 4. What does he say? He says, I'm typically 4. Anyway, so I wanted to get fired up on the skateboarding thing. And so again, I'll give you a little bit of background. So like I said, I don't recommend a lot of channels around here. And but I will recommend the Gifted Hater. If you're into skateboarding, Gifted Hater's a pretty funny dude. And he delivers some fantastic skateboarding commentary that makes me laugh. It makes me laugh a lot. And laughter is key. And so I will highly promote that channel, The Gifted Hater, skateboarding commentary. If you're not into skateboarding, none of it's going to make any sense because it's pretty skateboarding nerd deep. It's nerd deep skateboarding. It's for lifers, dude. So move in the thing, right? And then you got old Tim Pool, dude, who I used to have a modicum of respect for. So I'm gonna lay this all out again. If you're not interested, that's fine. And yeah, I don't care what you think about anybody, dude. It's these are all influences in our culture right now, and this is our culture is YouTube and live streaming and what people are doing in this thing. So that's who I'm not going to talk to you about. I don't even know who. I couldn't even tell you who sports people are or the mainstream entertainment, or I don't even barely know who the movie stars are anymore. So, but I do know who my internet personalities are. So if we follow the arc of this channel, right? So I've been doing YouTube now since to the end of 2010. I think November 2010 is maybe when I flipped this on, right? So we've been doing this going on close to 15 years. I don't know how the math works on that. 14, 15, 13, doesn't matter. Over a decade. We've been over here. And for those of you who know, who've been following me early on, like what got me kind of going. Okay, right on, Leland. Okay, I got the frog watching. And what got me started on my journey of getting into the zeitgeist of popular culture was skateboarding, right? So I got viral in the skateboarding world, and I got on the Crail couch, and then I got hooked up with Elijah Burrell, and then boom, I had the whole skateboarding thing came at me. I did a bunch of those Thrasher things, and it was like a time. It was like when YouTube was the Wild West. So I got into the skateboarding thing, and I've been a skateboarder since I was a kid, dude, right? And I was skateboarding before I was skateboarding after skateboarding was cool, when it was uncool before it became cool again, dude. Right? If we're into the cycle of it, there was cool skateboarding, extra cool skateboarding, uncool skateboarding, the climb back to cool skateboarding, and now it's just skateboarding's pretty status quo. And so skateboarding status quo, but there's a bunch of vultures right now. There's a bunch of vultures who want to take something that and again, as if you've been following this channel, you know that I've spent 14 years trying to get a skate park built in Malibu, California, which is, I think they're going to be pouring concrete anytime soon. So we got it through all the city council process. I ran for city council twice based upon skateboarding. When I was living in Portland in the 90s, I had a political group called Skateboarding Citizens of the Future, where we would register young skateboarders under the skateboarding party, trying to get it on the ballot of political parties between the Republicans and the socialists. We were trying to get the skateboarding party, because if you got 5,000 registered voters under your political party, they had to print it on the ballot. So we had an objective, and that was in 1995, Portland, Oregon, under the bridge at the Burnside. I'm just giving you some groundwork on why I get to speak on this subject matter, and why I'm invested in it, and why I get to have an opinion about this subject matter, and the culture war of skateboarding and all this stuff, right? So, and this is all meant to be fun. This isn't really serious what I'm getting into. I really enjoy the fact that the gifted hater is punching down on Tim Pool and holding his head underwater. I think it's rad. I have my issues with Tim Pool now, and I guess I should fairly disclose that before I go any further. So Tim Pool for me used to be what I used to call my canary in the coal mine, right? So if you know, I'm a social political studier, right? I study the political situation going on in America, as well as the cultural situation going on in America. I comment about it. I live it. I do what I do. But I also believe in civics. And I've explained many times the difference between civics and politics. Civics is government participation by the citizenry, and politics is the citizens paying other people to do their civics, basically. So with that said, I've been following it. And so somewhere in 17, like a lot of people, I saw that I used to be way into Joe Rogan, dude. I used to be a big fan of the toe since he started first doing his podcast. And so when Tim Pool got on Joe Rogan's podcast, I went, who's this guy? And then he took what's his face, the guy who ran Jack Dorsey, to task about what was heading our way with it. And I was like, so who's this guy? And I went and did my research on who Tim Pool was. And I found out that I'd kind of been following him inadvertently for a long time, from his reporting in Ferguson to what was going down on Occupy and all that stuff. So I kind of started checking his thing out. And when I first started checking him out, he was pretty moderate. Dude, I will say Tim Pool has lost his mind and gone full MAGA-tarded and right-wing lunatic, just as lame as the lefties kind of guy. But back then, when I first started following him, he was pretty moderate and middle of the road kind of guy. So I used to just watch his things, dude, and whatever, dude. I found him to be very moderate, dude, and I'm a pretty moderate guy in my own thing, and so I used to call him my canary in the coal mine, just a centrist dude, no big opinion one way or the other, whatever. And then I would be checking in with my super extreme right-wing stuff, my extreme left-wing stuff, and watching it all go down, and make my own opinion about the world I inhabit, right? Like I'm not welded to the right, to the left, to the center, to any of it. I'm a free thinker, and I'm willing to change my mind. I'm willing to be wrong, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, full disclosure about Tim Pool. Tim Pool is the reason that I get super the heads up with COVID, right? The COVID lockdowns. And it's one of those things, like the reason I have new canaries in the coal mine now. Tim Pool is not a canary in the coal mine because he's a right-wing maggotard. So I can't really trust his perception much anymore. He's super off the reservation, dude, about a lot of stuff. He used to be pretty balanced, if you will. So I have other balanced people that are my canaries in the coal mine. And so anyway, that was the dude who gave me the heads up to what was coming our way with the lockdowns and the whole thing back in January of 2020, which allowed me to get you prepped, which boom, 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 move the ball forward. This dude's built an empire out of it. Whether you like him or not, it's not the issue. The issue is missing remote. Thank you. The issue is that this dude has actually laid tracks that many of us, like I've been making YouTube videos since he was making YouTube videos, right? Like I was doing like I'm not going to get into this or that. I'm just saying he's a relevant character in what this medium is that we're doing right now, dude. Without dudes like that, we're not so it's not about the cult of personality. But this dude went in on the skateboarding thing, right? And I have standing in the world of skateboarding. And so back to my thing with the world of skateboarding, right? I've been skating since the 80s. I dropped it on my first ramp at Steve Cry's house in Los Gatos, California in like 1983. In the beginning, I didn't ride a skateboard to ride a skateboard. I rode a skateboard to get to the bus because I lived way up in the mountains and I didn't want to walk down hills. So my story with skateboarding was completely utilitarian in the beginning. It was strictly a device that got me down hills quicker. And I used to just butt board it down. I used to just sit on it and butt board it. And I used to hang out with a bunch of skaters like Brian Volpe and I haven't even thought about these dudes in 30 years, but Brian Volpe was there. We went to Steve Cry's house. I dropped in for the first time. The first time I slammed forward, the second drop in, I slammed backwards. The third drop, I got it. I was hooked. I was hooked on skateboarding as something more than just a utilitarian device. It was a cultural norm. I used to get in trouble at high school because you weren't allowed to have skateboards on campuses. And I used to get busted all the time with my skateboard because, again, I used it to get from my house way up in the mountains on Loma Prieta to the bus that would take me to school. My mom was a full supporter of it. Jerry McCloskey, we used to call him the clown, was dean of students at Los Gatos High. And he used to bust me constantly. And my mom would rip him a new ass and be like, he's allowed to have a skateboard. It's transportation. I don't want to hear any more of it, dude. So I had skateboarding and skateboarding was part of my life. I've always had a skateboard in my car since I had a car. It's part of the equipment I have. Just like people have driver's licenses, I have a skateboard with my car. I've always had a skateboard in my adult and teen world. And I got in with the guys and we used to cut school and go skate Derby Skate Park over in Santa Cruz and go skate around. I remember this dude had a half pipe and we would go over to the half pipe and the whole thing, right? Skateboarding in the mid 80s, dude. It was ditches and this and that. And then I moved down to Southern California again in Malibu. Skateboarding was part of my transportation mode. And it was something we would do between surf sessions. For most of my early life, skateboarding was strictly a utilitarian activity for when the surf wasn't happening. I was not like a skateboarder. I was a surfer guy. I was a Spicoli. I was ripping bong hits, surfing. And when there was no surf, we would get out our skateboards and we would ride around and we would skate around the colony, or we would go over to Webster where there was a couple banks and skate the banks, or the bank in front of where Ralph's used to be and skate. And we would go to the Palisades and ride the banks up at Paul Revere and do all that kind of stuff. In high school, I hooked up with this kid. I was the new guy on the block, and I hooked up with this kid, David Katz. David Katz happened to be the brother of Chuck Katz. Chuck Katz was the big photographer for Thrasher in the 80s. Chuck Katz and David Katz were affiliated with Suicidal Tendencies gang / band / skate group, Santa Monica Airlines, the whole thing. I was in the class of 1987 with Nadas Kappas. Nadas Kappas graduated with me. If you go look at the graduating class at Santa Monica High, 1987, Nadas Kappas is in my class. I graduate with him. When all that stuff's going on, I'm going to school with those dudes, right? I'm hanging out. Yes. I'm hanging out down in Venice, skating down in Venice. All those dudes are down there. It's the whole thing. I get kicked out of I get hassled by Tony Alva at some crazy ramp, but that's later, dude. That's later when I get my beef with Alva, dude. Anyway, so at that point, like, skating becomes a pretty like influential part of my life. I'm a surfer mainly, but I'm now in the midst of these Venice skaters. I'm part of the Venice skating scene peripherally, not in any identifiable form. I would just hang out with this kid, David Katz, whose brother was Chuck Katz, who was the big photographer at the time, dude, for Thrasher. So I'm doing all that. Skating's part of my life, the whole thing. I end up going I go back up to Santa Cruz. I'm shredding up in Santa Cruz, skating Derby. I live right next to Derby Skate Park. I skate Derby like every day, dude. It's like the thing. I'm skating Derby. I remember we were skating this crazy half pipe in the mountains somewhere for a long time, dude. I'm skating pools whenever I can get to them. I'm hooked up with all these dudes in the Palisades. We're skating all the ditches in the Highlands. I'm skating all the stuff, dude. I'm going over to Knapp Park. I'm skating. When I'm living up in Santa Cruz, we're sneaking over to Corey O'Brien's skate park over in San Jose. We're skating. I'm there when they opened Greer Park in Palo Alto, dude. I move up to San Francisco in 1992 just to go skateboarding, dude. I moved to San Francisco because that was the place to be in the 90s at skateboarding. So I lived on Haight and Ashbury with my friend Cameron. Cameron and I were there when the skateboarding got the nose, dude. We were down at the Embarcadero. We would ride the skateboards. We would do the whole thing, man. We were skate rats, dude. At that point, no longer surfing's now secondary. Now I'm a skate rat in San Francisco. I'm going to school in Flagstaff, Arizona, dude. At the time, like, this is the doldrums of skateboarding, dude. I'm doing the thing. I used to go down this place called Thrasherland. Anyone in Arizona knows there used to be this crazy place called Thrasherland down in Arizona with all these crazy, they had this water park that was a skate park and ramps out in the middle of the desert and the whole thing. I got a point here, people. So in the midst of all this, I'm going to school in Arizona. I'm sitting there like many people in 1993 when the Thrasher magazine comes out and it's got the spread with the Burnside in it. I see the Burnside for the very first time. I believe it's Red doing some like foot plan or whatever in 1993. I'm like, I got to get to Portland to see what's going on. You have to understand at that time, there's nothing to skate, dude. There's no skate parks, dude. It's all ditches and rumors of ramps and pools. And that's it, dude. So all of a sudden there's this thing going on up in Portland. I jam up there. I moved to Portland. I see what's going on under the bridge at the Burnside. I moved to Portland, dude. I moved to Portland in 1993. At the end of 1993, I go up there the summer of 93. I moved to Portland 93. If you go back into my archives, you'll know the story when I run into Dawkins at the bus station in Chicago. I'm heading east to Pennsylvania from Portland. He's heading west. We meet at the bus station. He's like, where are you coming from? I got a skateboard. I'm like, I just came from the Burnside. He's like, I'm heading to the Burnside. What is going on? I go, dude, it's the greatest thing you've ever seen, dude. He's like, oh, going. So if you don't know, Dawkins is one of like the first dudes. He builds all the Southern Oregon cement skate parks at the end of the 90s, dude. Right. But I meet this dude in a bus station in Chicago in transition, because in 1993, no one will understand, the Burnside was the equivalent of like the moon landing or Mecca or whatever you want, dude. It was Woodstock for skateboarders, dude. There was a buzz in the air. I move out to Portland for 5 years. I'm doing my thing. I end up 5 years later moving. I'm a Burnside rat under the bridge. I skate every day down there, dude. Every day for 5-6 years, dude. I end up moving out to Pennsylvania, dude. I get fully dialed in down at FDR. This is right when BAM's coming up, Kerry Getz. I skate this park in Broadheadsville called, I forget what it was called, but I'm skate with Kerry Getz all the time, dude. I'm doing the East Coast thing. I'm down at the FDR. I'm down at FDR, getting upside down in the capsule corner with all those dudes, getting gnarly in Philly. The whole thing. I build my first DIY skate infrastructure in the woods of Pennsylvania. It's still up there. I build a half pipe out in the middle of the woods and mix it all in a bathtub by myself, pumping bags of concrete through the forest, dude. Right? Move the ball forward, dude. We come back to California. Boom. I'm going down to Channel Street. I'm doing the thing. I get sober right when Venice Skate Park opens. I become a Venice rat, back full circle, right? Boom, boom, boom. Here we are. I skate pools. I got my own. I put my own cement in my own driveway, the whole thing. So all of a sudden I'm sitting here. You know the story about what's been going on. So is that, was that enough to have standing in the world? Oh, wait. Stop. I forgot the whole YouTube part of this whole story. So when I get sober, I start making YouTube videos. I begin to make the No Balls, No Nets. That gets picked up by Logan Lahr, who's friends with Elijah Burrow. Elijah Burrow gives it to the dude down at Aaron down at Girl at the Crail Couch. They pull me in for an interview. I get the interview on the 2-part interview on the Crail Couch. It blows me up. I get the Thrasher, the whole thing. I end up hooking up with Josh Peacock. If you don't know who Josh Peacock is, you don't know. And I begin to do those road trips with Gravette and Ben Rayborn, and I start getting invited to all this crazy stuff and filming and interviewing, and I'm doing my thing. And then I start doing the interviews with Richie Jackson and Guy Mariano and Anthony Van Engelen and all of these things, right? So I'm doing all this stuff with the thing. So move the ball forward 6 weeks ago. 6 weeks ago, I wake up after 2.5 years living in the country, doing the DIY, grow some chickens, get some cows, get solar, get off the grid, grow your own food thing. And I wake up. The number one dude who's grifting off of that right there is Tim Pool. Tim Pool is making God knows how much money grifting to the American public to get off the grid, go raise some chickens, grow your own food, get your own power, get your own water, homeschool your kids. This dude right here is actually doing it. And I will tell you, it's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, dude. It is nonstop. It is taxing and draining and beautiful and fantastic and wonderful all at the same time. It's the gnarliest adventure I've ever been on the last 2.5 years. So I'm up here. But I got to tell you, dude, like I'm the dude who's supposed to be getting pumped by this dude, because I'm also an online entertainer and the whole thing. And I had to pick one lane for a while. So for the last 2.5 years, I picked the lane of DIYing my homestead and getting my operation up and running and homeschooling and dealing with my wife and my life and the whole thing. 6 weeks ago, I have to get back into being this, which is a part of who I am, which is part of what I do. And so I reach out to Richie Jackson, who is affiliated with Tim Pool's skateboarding project in West Virginia called The Boonies. I reach out to him, I get ghosted, whatever, because I saw what was coming, because it involved DIY. Who has been involved with DIY since the 90s? This guy. Who has gone around to DIYs and been part of DIY? This guy, dude. And I will make the full disclosure right now about the level of skateboarding, dude. I am a gnarly skateboarder, but I got one trick, and that's just being stoked. I'm a stoked skateboarder who shows up, doesn't care if you're the gnarliest pro in the world or the biggest poser in the world. I will go up and I will get in line and I will go do my grind. I got my grind. I don't care how deep. I don't care how vert. I don't care what it is. I will go ride my line with gusto and fury and badness. I don't care if dude, I went and skated the horse pool with Ben Rayborn doing hand plants. And that dude was still like, you're gnarly, dude, going as fast as I could to just do my grinds, dude. So I don't care about who does more technical tricks and this and that, dude. I'll stand with anybody, anywhere, anytime and throw down my deck, dude, and not have a problem with it. I don't care if you're 12. I don't care if you're 60. You know why? Because I sat at a half pipe out in the middle of LA and got hassled by Tony Alva when I was 18 or 19, dude. I went out to a half pipe out in the middle of LA with my friend Zerny, dude. Zerny, dude, code name, dude, if you're out there. I went out there with Zerny. We were like skate rats together. And he was like, let's go skate this half pipe. We used to jump walls and do the whole thing in the pools and the whole deal. We went out to the skate and I got fucking hassled by Tony Alba and I wouldn't back down, dude. He's like, what are you going to do? Don't you have any more tricks? You shouldn't be here. I don't care, dude. I'm skating, dude. I don't care if I'm doing my little wheeler, dude. Like, suck a bag, dude. Suck it, Tony Alba, dude. Irony, dude, is Tony Alba hassling me on the deck of that half pipe that day out there in wherever Los Angeles, dude. I'll never forget it. I don't really remember where it was. I just remember the half pipe was in the back of like some industrial zone with a vacant field. And Alba was hassling me and I wouldn't leave and I wouldn't back down and I wouldn't not drop in, dude. Like he was trying to, Tony's a dick if you don't know. And he was trying to like bully me out of there and I wouldn't back down, dude. I don't care. Like that is what skateboarding is, by the way, is not caring and going for it and doing your thing and letting your freak flag fly. So move the ball forward, dude. I always, as much as a douchebag as Tony Alva is, I will always thank him for giving me the moment to stand up for myself and decide who I'm going to be. Because if I had walked away from that half pipe that day, I never would have gotten it to enter the arena with the boys that I have. And I'll tell you, dude, I've been to a lot of gnarly places with a lot of gnarly skaters, and they all get stoked on the fact that I go. I don't care. And I'm not going to sit here and go, I'm doing inverted, it's upside down and bullshit. You guys all go to my Instagram, say I got the same two turns, or I got my front side grind, I got my back side grind, and I go fast, dude. I go fast. It's my deal. Fast. So all of a sudden, this thing comes up where I'm popping my head up and I'm like, I want to get back into YouTube. So I reach out to Richie and I'm like, hey, man, I need to get put back in the game, dude. I'm a skateboarder. You guys got this DIY project going on. Like, let me run it, dude. I want to be that guy. Let me be I'm a YouTuber. Like, let me go and do the thing because your boy. So again, I'm going to say, like, I don't have a resentment, but I'm calling bullshit on it. Tim Pool's a grifter because the dude that he's supposed to be like putting in his little club is me, dude. And I don't mean that as that I know where I belong, dude. I got the cred, the credentials, and the history to back it up, dude. You want someone to make your little boonies thing, because you can go to his little boonies HQ. They got 5,000 subscribers, dude. And their content sucks, and the people they're rolling with are questionable at best, dude. Because so why is this a big deal? Because Tim Pool came out of the thing and couldn't just be like a skateboarder guy. Like he skateboards. He's a skateboarder, dude. I'm not going to judge him for his flat ground tricks. That's Gifted Hater can rip him apart on that, dude. Tim Pool's like a non-transition skater, dude. He's a flat ground flipper. Flippy. He's a ballerina on a skateboard, dude, right? That's cool. I'm like stoked the guy skateboards. I've always been stoked the guy skateboards. But where I draw the line is you're going to turn it into like a cultural revolution. You're going to turn it into a cultural revolution and say you're going to capture the culture by doing your skateboarding thing. This dude right here, this dude's been down at City Hall for 14 years battling city councils on the cultural revolution of what skateboarding is, dude. So when you sit there in your little like $1 million palace out there in West Virginia, you want to talk about the skateboarding revolution and the skateboarding culture. I got 14 years of history on this YouTube channel fucking backing up my mouth. You don't, Tim Pool. You don't have any backup. You've got a checkbook. That's what you got. I got actual skin in the game and put my time in battling government agencies for skateboarding. I got my thumbprints in concrete all over this country, dude. So when I hear this thing that I'm going to do the thing, and then you're going to get into some beef with some DIY skaters because some of them are tranny. Again, on the cultural revolution, that ain't where it's at, dude. Skateboarding is not where it's at, dude. You want to get about what Jim Thiebaud's doing up there in San Francisco with there and all that stuff. You can. Don't buy their product, but they're doing what they're doing. Like they're and yeah, you want to really get to the dark underbelly of what skateboarding is. It's freaking Tony Hawk and the NGOs that are spreading the pedos and their access to children all around the planet with skateboarding. Oh, but we're going to talk about cultural revolution, dude. So no, I'm not going to sit here and have you claim that you're an authority on skateboarding, dude, Tim Pool. You're not an authority on skateboarding, dude, because you say you're going to build the future of skateboarding. You know who built this? You know who the most influential dude in skateboarding is right now, to this day, right now, is Mark Redneck Scott, dude. And you know who else is just as influenced as Hubbard, dude? But Hubbard's passed away. Monk passed away. Rest in peace, Monk. But so you want to talk about what the future of skateboarding is and this, and you're going to throw up quarter pipes and mini half pipes in your lame little warehouse, dude, made out of masonite. That's what you're doing. That's your revolution, dude, of skateboarding is masonite. And then you're going to tell me you got heavyweights in there. I don't see Chris Russell up at your place. I don't see you know why you don't want Chris Russell up in your place just boosting on you? Because that dude's a little bit woke, dude. That dude not only will choke you out as a jujitsuer, that dude will choke you out on the social commentary too. Because if you want to talk skateboarding and cultural revolutions, dude, Chris Russell will boost airs over you, dude, with one eye, dude. With one bad eye, dude. With one bad eye, dude, right? And again, like you look at Milton Martin. Who's that gnarly dude who bombs the hills? Is it Milton Martinez, dude? like, dude, where's Pedro Barris, dude? Like, where's all these gnarly dudes? So you're gonna shit on the gifted hater, dude. You're gonna take your medium with 1,200,000 people, and you're going to talk about how you can drop millions of dollars on this and millions of dollars of this, and you're going to shit on the gifted hater and claim anything about the gifted hater, while the gifted hater is probably the funniest commentary about skateboarding to come along in a decade, dude. And the gifted hater is actually like articulate enough to dismantle you, Tim Pool, with all the clips, dude, with your own words, with your own tweets and stuff, and you're going to shit on the gifted hater because you sit in a bully pulpit. You know what you are, Tim Pool? You're a fucking bully, dude. You're a rich bully, dude, who is bullying a dude who's got your number, dude. The fact of the matter, as far as skateboarding goes, the gifted hater is punching down on you. The gifted hater outskates you any day of the week, dude. And you can talk about your like, oh, the culture, this, the culture that. You don't understand the culture, because if you think the culture of skateboarding is masonite, you've missed the boat, dude. You think the culture of skateboarding is freaking the Barracks and Steve Barra and all of that garbage and Braille and that, you've missed the point, because you know what the culture of skateboarding is? It's happening right now, dude. Mark Scott's laying concrete somewhere, probably in the Pacific Northwest. Mark Scott is laying concrete all over this planet, dude. So I get slightly like uptight when I see this clown coming in with his bully pulpit and his money claiming, dude. I'm all fun. You want to like do whatever you do, but you want to keep it in your little socks, dude. Because, dude, see, Tim Pool is why I can't anymore. That dude's a pro. And it's taken me a while to see what the grift is because I can't. As far as the Second Amendment goes, I'm awake from a dude who wasn't that concerned about it to being all 2A. I'm for that. Dude, solid on the First Amendment, dude. Dude sucks on Israel and Palestine, dude. Sucks. Toady for AIPAC or Israel and the whole thing. That's gross, dude. But where I got you, Tim Pool, is skateboarding. You don't know. And I don't care that you've got some dude's phone number, some heavyweight dude's phone number, dude, because I don't care, dude. Because I got all the background people's numbers, dude. And I'll tell you what, man, you want to, I'm killing it, Leland. Am I doing okay? And so where I'm out at the thing is gifted hater in the zeitgeist of skateboarding culture is the best alternative commentator in the sport right now. Hands down, dude. The guy's got the flow. The guy's nerded out enough, dude. The guy has actually done his homework and knows what he's talking about. And he is commenting on the industry of skateboarding, generally speaking. Pretty much, I don't care because I'm like a skateboarder and I could care less about the industry of skateboarding. As long as there's Van Skate Highs, I'm fine. And there's OJ2s, I'm good to go, dude. And I can get it. And I got a couple pairs of indie trucks on backup, dude. I'm good to go. I care less what the skateboarding industry's up to, dude. Not around. I haven't looked at a Thrasher since the Felper died, dude. So what I'm getting at is when I hear like this trying to bully pulpit people down from you're on the thing and you claim that you were all about like supporting people getting off the land and raising chickens and homeschooling and all that. Well, the one dude who's actually doing that reaches out to you and you ghost the dude who reaches out so fuck you, Richie Jackson, too, by the way, dude. Like, suck a bag, bro. Like if you're gonna sign up with that clown and clown out in West Virginia with your half pipes, your wooden half pipes, like where's the future in that? Where is the future in wooden skate structures, dude? Where's that, dude? Because concrete barely lasts. Concrete barely lasts. So if you're talking about building the future in skateboarding, then you build it with concrete. It's that thing. You look at those dudes under the bridge in Channel Street. Do you like Tim Pool? Do you realize what those dudes did at Channel Street to keep their skate park alive? You know the interface they had with the city of Los Angeles to keep Channel Street alive, dude? You don't. Because if you did, you would not be sitting there on your bully pulpit claiming that you're some sort of like cultural relevantly skateboard guy. You wouldn't understand because you haven't done anything. You sitting there collecting money off of all your dumb subscribers, dude, so that you can sell coffee, and then you're going to actually go in and crap on a dude and claim that you're like holier than thou. No, dude. Gifted hater all the way, dude. And by the way, like apparently you're not part of the skating culture. You would understand what he's doing. Like, it's funny commentary. It's that, like, the gifted hater on YouTube is more skateboarding than most skateboarding stuff, dude. So yeah, like, you want to take on wokeness in skateboarding. it's definitely not claiming that everyone who doesn't believe what you believe is a degenerate crackhead loser, dude. You go tell that to Q. You go sell that bag of goods to all the dudes under the bridge keeping the Burnside clean, dude. Go ahead, dude. Go walk into the down to the Burnside and go tell those dudes about your cultural relevance and the revolution of skateboarding, while those dudes single-handedly cleaned up a part of the city and brought property values up for the entire city, dude. Like, I don't think people understand what a revolutionary thing those dudes did under the bridge. How gnarly what Mark and Redneck did under the Burnside Bridge is. And you want to talk to me about how you're sitting on the precipice of the cultural revolution of skateboarding, and you don't even acknowledge the pillar builders? You don't acknowledge the pillar builders. You don't acknowledge the dudes under the bridge at FDR. Did you see those new things? Oh, who came in to build that gnarly new thing under the bridge at FDR? Again, you're not going to acknowledge the pillar builders of the future of skateboarding, which is all these DIY dudes, the DIY movement all over the planet. And so this all sparks. Right now that I'm kind of getting to it is the DIY thing. So there was a DIY and whatever town that is, Martinsburg, West Virginia, dude, and some just blank spot where people are throwing up hoopty obstacles, like whatever, like every other DIY starts, right? And whatever, like, I'm not going to say he bought it out from under him. I think that's the gaslighting of the thing. He went in and bought the land because it's a sound investment. And he's got money to burn. And that's what you do when you got money to burn. You buy property and whatever. And I don't know, he's got some beef with the DIYers, and the DIYers aren't stoked. Why? Why would a DIYer not be stoked on some dude like Tim Pool rolling up into their scene? Because it takes you years and years to become part of a DIY scene, dude. It took me years to become one of the boys under the bridge at the Burnside, dude. Years, dude. I just showed up every day, skate, kept my mouth shut, dude. Showed up, skate, kept my mouth shut. When they needed help, I would help. When they needed a cleanup, I'd go pick up some stuff, dude. I didn't say anything. Whatever, dude. Years, dude. So you're going to come in on some DIY scene in some West Virginia town, and you're going to come in there and you're going to start dropping money in exchange for what, dude? You're going to start dropping money and being that guy, dude. You know that nothing is grosser than a dude with resources who comes in and takes a big dump of cash right on somebody else's hard-earned Scrabble, dude. You know what it's like for a DIYer who goes to work, probably works 40 hours a week on some crappy job, or 60 hours a week on some crappy job, and's got enough money to scrape together, a couple bags of concrete with the boys, dude, and get a couple 12ers and go over to their little chunk of thing that they've staked out and hang out, and they shoot the shit and they do whatever they do. And they saved up enough money to get 50 bags of concrete, and they organize the time to trowel it out and do all that stuff. Their pride isn't the quantity. It's the fact that that's what they're hanging out doing, dude. That's the DIY concept. The DIY concept isn't perfection. It isn't money. It's you got together with a bunch of bros and took over a piece of land that was abandoned and started to scrape your pennies together and recycle your bottle cans, because you're working a humble existence and you're taking your time, and then you're going and you're getting together and you're putting up some concrete so you guys have something to ride together in some nothing area, dude, that's got nothing to skate, dude, because there's nothing to skate around there. So you're like, let's make something to skate. Okay, let's get together. And you know who you're going to get together with in skateboarding is all the outcasts, dude, all the outcasts. And yes, you're in a DIY project. You're gonna probably get a couple dudes in dresses. Makes total sense in 2024 that they're the outcasts, dude. because that is skateboarding, dude. Because I was a skateboarder in the 80s. I got hassled and picked on by the jocks and all those dudes. I know exactly what that is. So a DIY project is the exact opposite of a skate park. A skate park is where all the status quo people go, and they all go and get dropped off by their parents or hang out or do whatever. They're scooting or whatever they're doing. That's the status quo for the status quo skaters. All the other people, all the misfits and don't belongs, we go over to the DIY with the dog shit, dog poop, and the paper bags and the graffiti. Why? Because we want to be left alone, dude. We want to be left alone to listen to our lame music and talk our lame story and do our lame thing. Why? Because we already don't fit in with society. We already don't fit in, dude. That's why we're at a DIY, laying concrete on some rubble, dude, because we're taking the discards of a society and found the one place that nobody cares about, and we're trying to make something valuable out of it. Not for you to come in and grift on, but for us who has no stake in the society of broken dreams, dude, right? It's no different. It's like the thing of going and buying the pool that everyone's jumping the fence over to get. Like, it's like that, like you can do that. It sort of takes the fun out of it. Like, the whole point was jumping over the fence. It wasn't the fact you went and bought the pool. Plenty of people buy pools. It doesn't have the same allure. It's not the same game, dude. It's a totally different game. It's a totally different type of skateboarding. Jumping the fence is different. Just like building your own crappy DIY is 100% different than a municipal skate park. But if you're a dude who doesn't really skate and doesn't really understand the culture that you're part of, and let's see it, just because you have a skateboard and you do skate tricks doesn't necessarily mean you're part of the culture, dude. Because I will tell you, dude, I know lots of gnarly skate people that don't skate, dude, that support and build and are part of it, dude. So I'm not going to sit here and go, just because you do some fancy footwork on a deck and you got millions of dollars to build masonite. Like, it's an abomination for me as a dude who's out here in the country pouring his own concrete to skate with mixing his own bags of concrete, dude. Like, if I had $1 million, I would hire a bunch of local dudes here and I would build a skate utopia in my backyard out of concrete, dude. Why? So it lasts as long as it can. And it's a permanent structure so the spaceship can land on the top of it. You can't put a roof on the skate park because the spaceship can't fit in the structure. It's basic 101, dude. That's the whole why they're buried and put under the bridges, dude, because the spaceships are going to flip the bridges over and land on the top, and the pillars are going to fit. It's so obvious, dude. This is all like advanced technology to a dude who's sitting there in his little gamer chair shitting on Gifted Hater, dude. And so I can't abide by that, dude, because you want to take on the Gifted Hater, then play a game of skate with him, dude. And that's it. Like the actual fact that I heard Tim on his, why I'm ranting about this is because Tim was on his thing today saying, Gifted Hater wants to, like, fly him out there and play a game of skate with him, Tim. But you can't. You know why? Because you're going to lose. Because Gifted Hater will skate circles around you, dude. Go watch the video where he takes on Luan's rail trick on his fun box in the front yard for hours, dude, till he gets it dialed perfectly, dude. No, dude, I'm gonna back Gifted Hater all the way, dude, because I don't care what the politics of the Gifted Hater are. I'm taking on the skate culture. And if Tim Pool is going to be claim to be the vanguard of the skateboarding culture, I'm sorry, dude. You fail. You fail because you don't know who Mark Scott is. And if you don't want to interview the gnarliest living legend, I don't care. Have Tim Payne on if you want, dude. Tim Payne's done incredible work all over the Rocky Mountains, dude. Have him on, dude. But if you want the real deal, Tim, you take your little Timcast IRL thing and you'll have Mark Scott on, and have Mark Scott on there for 2 hours talking about what the future of skateboarding is. Let that dude tell you what it is to sit under a bridge that's a needle park in Portland, Oregon in the early 90s and go, you know what? I'm going to change the world, bro. That dude with Monk changed the world, bro. More than your dumb podcast, more than anything I ever say can, bro. The gnarliest human being who's done more for the positive mental high frequency way on this planet is sitting there laying concrete somewhere right now for Grindline skate parks, dude. He built the dream, dude. That dude built his own dream. So if you want to go talk to someone who actually knows what the future may look like, talk to the dude who actually built the present for you to sit there and claim that you're going to be the leader of the present, dude. Like, it's insane. Like the level of narcissism I hear on this thing. Wait, I gotta pause this. Wait, hold on. This is the podcast. Done. I need a new one. All right, we're back here. Hold on one second. I don't know yet. And all right, where was I, dude? So back to the thing, dude. I'm offended by it personally. And I have and I'm gonna be selfish, my own offense, because I reached out to these dudes before this all went down and said I could make this into a win. This is a giant lose, dude, Tim. Giant lose, dude, and there's no coming back from it. You have written checks that you can't possibly cash. Your mouth has written checks your feet can't cash, dude. Just to put it like that, dude. Your feet won't do it. And that's what I'm saying. You want to go redeem yourself, Tim? Go down to FDR. So the irony is Tim lived across the river from when I first started watching Timcast or Tim. Yeah, it was Timcast then, right? Or it was just Tim Pool. But when I started first watching him, he lived across the river in Jersey. He lived across the river from FDR, dude. I didn't know he was a skateboarder then, or I would have been like, why aren't you at FDR every day, dude? So as a skateboarder, right? This dude lived right across the river from FDR. And if you've never been to FDR, it's possibly one of the heavier skate scenes you'll ever be witnessed and part of or participate in. So I remember the very first time I went down to South Philly, in South Philly, no less, under the bridge, under the 95 there, and went and looked for it because there were no Google Maps or iPhones. It was just like, there's a gnarly skate park under the bridge in South Philly. I went down there, dude, and I was like, whoa. And it was so gnarly, dude. Such a gnarly vibe. Do you see the Burnside's pretty like contained and like somewhat contained, if you will. FDR is like not. It is wide open madness, man. And gnarliness, dude. And just straight grit, dude. Like grit, dude. Philly is one of the grittier cities I've ever like experienced. Like, dude, Philly, this is the weird thing. I can say this 100%. I never ever went to Philly without seeing a burning car. All the trips, I mean, I must have been to Philly hundreds of times, dude, because I would live up in the Poconos. I would drive down every weekend to go skate. I would drive down on a Sunday to skate, spend Sunday night there, skate Monday, and head home, dude. That was my thing. And then I would skate Broadheadsville during the week and do that thing. And I'll tell you what, man, Philly, dude, is the gnarliest city I've ever been in, dude. Like, They ain't playing, dude. But you know, whatever, like just go and skate, man. So this dude used to live across the street from FDR for years, dude. You think if you're a gnarly skateboarder, you would go shred FDR. But if how gnarly, okay. I'm trying to like, all right, imagine we got a lot of people that do the snow thing out there, Imagine being like a snow guy, right? Like you got a snow, you're a snow thing, right? And you live, I don't know, like up there in Park City, right? You live in Park City, right? Champagne Powder. You got all those gnarly mountains, dude. Just Olympic quality. I've been there, like gnarly mountains with lifts and stuff, and just gnarliness, right? And you live there. You live there in Park City, and all you do while you're there is ride a snow skateboard in your backyard underneath the shadow of the mountains, right? And then you move to, I don't know, somewhere else, and you're like, I'm a gnarly like snowboarder skier guy, dude. I'm like gnarly this, and you don't ever mention the fact that you lived at the base of Park City and never went on the chairlifts, dude. Yeah, I've been skating my whole life, but like, yeah, I lived in Park City and I never went on the chairlifts. Like, how much of a skateboarder can you be if you lived across the street from FDR and you didn't go roll around just to hit the pyramid, just to do ollies off the pyramid? I'm not talking about getting upside down in the capsule corner. Oh wait, this dude's grinded the capsule corner, dude. This old no trick pony. I've grinded the capsule corner. I've grinded over the thing. I've grinded the flag, done all that stuff, dude. So imagine that that's where you're at. And that's my call out right now is where's your footage of you at FDR, Tim? You want to claim to be a skateboarder and part of the cultural vanguard? Where's your footage from FDR? And you can shut me down right now. And you're not going to hear any of this, but you can shut me down right now with your footage from FDR. Because if you want to claim you didn't go get a picture of yourself at FDR, dude, you weren't there, because no sane person ever went to FDR and didn't want to get a picture of them doing a trick. I got a picture of me doing a trick at FDR. I'm grinding. I'm doing the gnarliest grind around that one bullet burned up in the fire. Though I got a picture of it. I got a picture of the picture somewhere, I hope. Man, dude, I had a 3-picture sequence of that. So all I'm saying is that, dude, is you want to come out and start claiming that the gifted hater sucks and's a loser and a parasite. Look at the dude in the mirror, bro. Look at the dude in the mirror saying that about the gifted hater, dude. Because if the gifted hater is all of that, you're times 1,000x that, dude. Because you're sitting there with millions of dollars, dude, and you're building masonite ramps, dude. And that abomination in itself disgusts me, dude. Because one of the things I'm firmly, as a tree activist, is against is building ramps, dude. Makes my skin crawl, dude. If you're going to go to the trouble to build a skate structure, build it in concrete. We have the technology and it's easy. 20 years ago, no one really knew what they were doing, dude. Oh, how do we all know how to build our own skate structures out of concrete? How do I know how to build my own skate structure out of concrete in my own yard? Oh, that's right. I was sitting there watching Mark Scott and Monk do it, dude. That's how I learned how to do it. That's how I show other people how to do it. So you're going to tell me you're gnarly, dude? Tim, who's Clayton? Clayton Growl. That dude's building all those install skate structures all over LA, dude. Like, that dude's the gnarliest, bro. I interviewed that guy, a decade ago? So I don't come from a place of I'm annoyed about it. I personally am annoyed about it, not because it bums me out, just because it's good. I'm glad there's some energy in the thing, dude. because you want to pick on the gifted hater, dude. You don't get to pick on the gifted hater, dude. Because the gifted hater, I'm backing his play 100%, dude. And if you're out there, I DM the gifted hater. If you're out there, gifted hater, you can run wild on my platform, dude. I'm all for you, dude. Because no one's gonna get bullied by some rich dude who's obviously shilling for somebody, dude. And I don't want to get into theories of that, but I got my own theories about it. So anyway, that's my rant about skateboarding today. So I'll turn it over to you, dude. We went over the limit, dude. It looks like a good guy. Did you got what? Okay, so on the thing, of course, gifted haters arrogant. I'm arrogant too, dude. You think you sit on this side of the camera and aren't arrogant? It's required. You have to be somewhat arrogant. Don't let any of the humble people fool you, dude. They're all arrogant too, dude. You have to have a level of narcissism to stare at yourself in a screen and talk to a bunch of words passing you by, dude, right? Like, so let's not hold that against anybody, because that's not my issue, like with any of it. Yeah, but you know what, man? It's with the crooked. My mom texted me. She's like, the whiteboard in the background's driving me nuts, dude. We were working. Owl and I are beginning to work on algebra, dude. That was our first attempt. So on a side note, I was doing algebra with I was doing math with Owl today, and he asked this question. I realized like he might be further along than I thought, dude. He was like, "How do you?" He's like, he asked something, and I was like, "Oh, you're trying to multiply like fractions, dude." I go, "You're ready to like start multiplying fractions and stuff?" Have you ever heard of Memorial Skate Park in Colorado Springs? No, I skated the gnarly one. I skated one of those Team Pain skate parks up in Aspen, dude. I like what Team Pain does, but I found them to be a little. They definitely aren't grind line quality, dude. I mean, the best skate parks in the world are being put out by grind line, man. Board shapes are getting more advanced. People paying more attention to wheelbase. Sure. Do you ever consider joining the military? Yeah. Yeah. When I was about a year sober, dude, I was going to join the Marines, dude, because I heard you could enlist till you were 42, and I was 40. I was like, dude, I'll go run laps on people. I was like crazy new sober guy. Yes, I did. Seriously thought about joining the Marines at 40 years old, dude. Good thing I passed up that decision, dude. I was so juiced. I was like 40 and newly sober, dude. Like new series of life, dude. He's making wedding wraps, and yeah. Well, it is. Well, I guess what I would say, Bobby Rib, it is flock, because if Tim Pool, so Tim Pool has the weight of his entire media platform. If you go to Booney's HQ, it's got 4,000 subscribers, dude. Down here, we used to surf skate a huge painter's tray. Skate-alite, dude. Yeah, that stuff's lame, dude. Well, I was never a Chris Cole fan to begin with. I always thought his feet looked ridiculous, dude. I was never a Chris Cole guy. I never was that into that sort of crew of skaters. That whole Jamie Thomas, Chris Cole, that whole wedge of skaters, the Huckers, dude. I was never into those dudes, man. I've always been more into the it's funny. I'd rather watch Ryan Sheckler skate than Chris Cole any day, dude. I'm not that down, but yeah, Chris Cole is stepped on the landmine or choked the landmine out. I don't know what that dude's done, dude. But is when his kids turned against him, dude. That's yeah, of course they're both insane. It takes two to tango, man. Like Mikey V, dude. Mikey V, I think he's still out there doing his thing, dude. That dude's gnarly forever, man. That's the thing, man. We're all still skating, man. That's the thing. Skateboarding's in an interesting place right now. I just skate through it, dude. Look, you have to come from the perspective of Osage Buffalo, dude. I'll tell you an Osage Buffalo story. So I was skating, and Osage used to like when he fell off his skate, dude, you weren't allowed to like grab a skate and help him, dude. If you like tried to grab a skate and like help him out, you know how like you'll be at the skate park and like at the Burnside back in the day, skateboards used to be flying, dude. Yeah. Just a sec. And so Osage used to like, and if you don't know Osage Buffalo, I believe he was he was one of the original people, dude. I forget his tribe, whatever the one is. So I don't know his tribe, but he was one of the original people. The big tall dude had the hair all braided up, dude. Big tall guy ripped, man, pretty technical. But when he would fall off his skate, a skateboard would shoot around the park, right? And your normal habits to like grab it and hand it back to him, but he would get super mad. Don't interfere with my skate. It's supposed to go where it's supposed to go, dude. Following the lines. I get it, dude. It's supposed to go where it's supposed to go, dude. It's not up to you to grab my skate and stop it. So one day I'm there at the I think I'm on the grind wall. And I'm sitting there and he does something and just my natural instinct grabs his skate, dude. I'm like, oh, and I grab his skate out of the air and I instantly, I know I've done messed up. And I instantly go, I am Osage, man. Super sorry, dude. Didn't mean to grab your skate. And he was like, dude, it's okay. He's like, it's all right. You understand. I go, I totally understand. I did not mean to grab your skate out of the air. It was just a reflex, dude. But it was like, I didn't get in any trouble, dude. But I did. I totally snatched one of Osage Buffalo's skates out of the air like a donk, dude. But that was one of those weird things. I was there the day Choppy Omega slammed. He was trying to do the air from the Twinkie into the little spine. He was trying to do the air and he was pushing full speed up the wall as big as you could go and coming down and launching off the Twinkie into the air. And somebody was skating over here because that was back in the Burnside when like 50 dudes would skate at once. And someone lost their skate and it just did the slow speed roll. And you're sitting on the park and you just saw he was way up front side on the big wall and the skate just comes slow speed rolling and just stops right behind the Twinkie, comes down and the Twinkie, you're using for a power punch. No, he's trying to air off the spine into the pillar. So he's coming down to do the big pump off the Twinkie and he pumps off it and there's the skate right behind it and he stops cold and he Superman's like face first into the spine, dude. Boom! Hops up running. Ah! Broke my face. It was so hectic, dude. Ah, bro. That was gnarly. Choppy Omega was gnarly. I wonder what happened to that guy, dude. That was such the rad era of skateboarding. That 90s Burnside, I will always. What a lucky time to have been there, dude. Q-Man, dude. Constant Q-Man stories, dude. I can't do Tony Hawk or Jason Ellis. They suck. They're terrible interviewers. Their energy sucks, dude. I can't. They're total toadies, dude. And Ellis is so cringe, dude. Ugh. I mean, I don't care. Like, I don't care, but he's cringe, dude. And Hawk is as cringe as ever, dude. Like, that dude needs to stop. He's another dude, man, who just skate away, bro. Go mind your own business, dude. Let Riley do the skating, dude. Stop stealing Riley's thunder, bro. Like, whatever happened to Riley? That dude was the gnarliest, bro. I don't know. And Andy Anderson, look, I will say it, dude. The new Andy Anderson part is undeniably like one of the greatest skate parts ever. But he kind of cold shouldered me because the dude who films for him down at Burnside NDK or whatever, NDK. He's an Illusion guy. He knows he's an Illusion fan. So I was at the Skating Venice one day. And I'm a big fan of Andy Anderson, man. Like I like his whole vibe. I like his whole skate thing, dude. And so Andy, the dude from NDK was like, "Hey, man, Illusion, whatever." I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" Whatever. I go, because it was right when Andy had first moved down there. I was like, "Hey, man, is that Andy?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Hey, man, can you give me I want to talk to that dude for a minute. I don't want to bug him, dude." He's like, "Yeah." And I went and I was like, "Hey, Andy, blah, blah, blah." And Andy just had this weird vibe, dude, socially awkward moment, dude. But it was like, it threw me off because I was like on the whole we're skaters thing, dude. But it was weird. It was weird. It was just awkward. That's all I can say, dude. I think I was a little butthurt at the time because I was super stoked on what he was doing, dude. And he was sort of just like, yeah, whatever, bro. And I was just like, bro, if I wanted the hey, whatever, bro, I could go surfing, dude. He gave me the surfer vibe, dude. And I was like, again, one of those things, like, I don't care, dude. I go all the way back, dude. You know what I mean? Aloha, Mr. Hand. And nah, dude. So I like Andy. The weird thing is I can't believe that skateboarding hasn't gotten hip on the helmet thing, man. I don't know why there's still just one dude wearing a helmet. It's like it's so dumb in 2024. It's ridiculous, dude. I don't get. I would never let my children ride without a helmet, and I would hope it would stick. It's like I got to make a point of it because we got the new skate park here of making sure I got my helmet on. I definitely believe that like it's one of those things. Like it's not that big of a deal. I don't get the whole like. I can't, it's just weird. Skateboarding, like, if you want to talk about the future of skateboarding, get everyone to wear a helmet, dude. You know what I mean? Like, get the kids to wear a helmet, like, or when they're skating around. Because it's not when you're like riding the gnarly stuff. That's not when you whack your melon, dude. I remember I was like, you had to wear a helmet up at the Oxnard skate park, whatever. I used to do the same, like, rip across and do this like power slam into this like one of those janky wall things and to do the grind and whatever, dude. I did it and like my wheel slipped out, and I remember, and it wasn't because I like slipped out like normal skating. It was like I hit a pebble or something, and I hit my head so gnarly, my glasses shot off my face. If I hadn't had a helmet on, I would not be here right now. Like I hit my head that hard. Like I was like, my sunglasses shot to the other side of the park, dude. So I don't know, dude, why no one's wearing helmets, dude. Yeah, well, we established that. But we're not into like, it's not about so much him being a kook and not a kook. It's about the fact that like there's this jumping off point where there's a grifter trying to get in on Brett's rad, dude. Brent's rad, dude. Yeah, Brent's gnarly, dude. Actually, last time I was up there, we had a big conversation about it, dude. Life's hectic, dude. All right, Dazzer. Skatopia is the one thing I didn't. Is Skatopia still around? I was kind of wanted to go to Skatopia, but I was sort of like, nah. I was like the Skatopia in its heyday. I was sort of newly sober guy, and I was like, I don't want anything to do with that madness, dude. You ever meet the Gons? No. Do you know, but like, I'm one of those people, like, I don't care. Like, I easily could have back in the SF days and not even have noticed. Like, I'm pretty oblivious, like, in that sense. Like, I don't really care. What's the most talented skater you've ever seen in person? It all depends, man. Jesse's gnarly, dude. The Bean Water is gnarly, dude. Rayborn in his prime, dude, was untouchable, dude. Rayborn 10 years ago, was that 10 years ago? Rayborn in his prime, that 1 year he should have been Sody, dude. Rayborn in his prime was one of the gnarliest, dude. But dude, some of the stuff I've seen up at some of these skate parks by unnamed dudes, I don't know. I couldn't even name you, dude. I've seen some. I remember there used to be this dude at FDR who used to grind the capsule corner upside down at FDR barefoot, dude, with like a beer in his hand. I don't know who that dude was. I just remember that dude just being upside down, doing a front side 50-50 in the FDR capsule corner barefoot. Like, okay. All right, wait a minute. I will give you the gnarliest thing I've ever seen. And I've always talked about it. The gnarliest thing I've ever seen in my life skateboarding. Two of them. We're done by this bro I used to hang out named Rory Williams. Rory Williams at the top of Highlands in the Palisades. And again, if you don't know, you don't know. But if you do, you do. At the top of the Highlands at the Palisades, basically where the market is, that dude had like this 2x6 skateboard, you know, like one of those like things back in the day used to make shit, man, like 2x6 skateboard with trucks on it. That was like what, 3 feet long, 2 feet long, 3 feet long, something like that. He got it out of the back of his Jeep, dude, and he did the one where he skated like this. He put both his feet together and he tucked like a skier and had me behind him in his Jeep and both his feet side by side, and he shot the Highlands, dude. It was I still to this day, dude, all those dudes bombing hills and SF, those dudes are straight gnarly and stuff, like as Milton Martinez and the Switch Hill bombs and that dude who died and all those SF dudes, gnarly, doing it in traffic. But Rory Williams, side by side foot hill bomb on the 3-foot thing from the top of Highlands. Bro, I was sitting in the car following him being like, oh my God, dude, this is so sketchy, dude, going so fast. And he was just tucked. He was tucked just like one of those skiers on the jumps, dude, that do the big jumps, just tucked down, didn't move, just fully tucked the whole hill. And then he did the second gnarliest thing I've ever seen on a skateboard. He had a little teeny skateboard, like a little wooden skateboard. The back truck was broken, i.e. there was no bushings and it was just like floating. The back truck was broken and he did Via de la Paz. I think that's Via de la Paz in the Palisades, which is the circular street that goes down, but it's like a one-way street with cars everywhere and like broken pavement and stuff. We were up there. He just hopped out on this like hoopty skateboard barefoot and tucked this hill, dude, around where you got to like lean, like it's a turn, like a giant turn thing with uneven concrete, and did it with this skate with no bushings in the back, dude. I still like, I've seen stuff, man. I mean, that handrail Gravette did at that school in Fresno was, dude, Rayborn in the horse bowl. Dude, forget about it, bro. But man, the stuff that homie did was doing down in Venice, the black kid, dude, my friend, I forget his name. It's Tyson. It's not, it's I always get his name mixed up, dude. I got Latrell down in Venice, dude. That dude's as smooth as they come. The smoothest skater I've ever seen is that Latrell, dude. Like, I mean, it goes all over, man. It's yeah, the Gravette Fresno handrail. That was all on the same trip that we did the horse bowl and the whole thing, dude. Peacock got a lot of footage from that, dude. You know what was gnarly, dude? Also on that trip, Gravette did the roll in into the deep end on the swimming pool ladder thing. I think that's what that was. Pretty sure that. No, he did something off the swimming pool slide. But anyway, dude. Anyway, I think that's all I got, dude. I got to get going. It's already 5, dude. That's my bad. All right, so I need to what should I change the title to, dude? There you go, orangutan. You can donate. There's a PayPal link. Did we get any members? None of you guys, that rant didn't get any memberships, dude. Oh, hey, missing remote. Thank you for the top chat, Brian Pipes. Welcome to the channel. See, I can go back and scan, dude. Yes, missing remote. Thank you very much. And what's going on? Like, subscribe, thumbs up, all that good stuff. And you know what I'm going to make a point of doing? I'm going to go try to ride. It's been so hot lately. I'm going to try to ride my skateboard. I did get some wrist guards the other day. Subscribe, thumbs up. All right, everybody, have a wonderful afternoon, man. What should I name the stream, dude? It needs to be a little clickbaity, dude. What should I rename it, dude? I got to give it a new title. Subscribe. Hit that like button. Ben Cadeau. You know, don't forget, man, I also did the voiceover for that Fancy Lad video, dude. So I'm like, I forgot Toadie's name, Tim, dude. Yeah. What? Yeah, I did the voiceover for that Fancy Lad video, dude. Yes, indeed, dude. Yes, indeed. I'm trying to get my mojo back, dude. That's why I'm like, Fancy Lads are awesome. I forget which Fancy Lads it in, but if you get the Fancy Lad, no, you're automatically clipped, dude. We're not having any of that here, dude. Yeah, I do like, it's the bonus feature where I talk for like 2 hours, dude. Yeah, okay. All right, there you go. I got it. Okay, there you go, you guys. Tim Pool 2024 new skate park. There you go. Perfect. All right, dude. All right, everybody. We'll be back at the next one, dude. I love it. That's it, dude, for the win. All right, take it easy, everyone. Bye.